Gonna go live? Oh, it looks like we are. Maybe. Every time, bro. Every time. It's questionable if we're actually live. Give me a second, gang. Just want to make sure that the link is working before I'm just talking to dead air. I wouldn't care either way. There's my little head bob. See how far behind we are. Not far. Not far. That's actually pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright. I'm gonna close down Discord. Welcome to live chat. Cool. Alright. So now I actually have everything situated right. Last time that I streamed, I had my chat window on the right side. And that just... people were like messaging me and talking in the stream, and I didn't even know it for probably like 30 minutes because I was looking at the wrong part. You would think I could see that on my other monitor, but I was just distracted, I guess. Alright, anyways. Username. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that just is set. Anyways. So last time that we left off, we were playing... I don't remember stream-wise where I was at. I think I might have started Moby. I think that's actually what it was. I started Moby on the first track. Since then, I've actually completed all of his races off stream, and now I'm about to do show-off. But I'm not done with this trick book yet. So we're currently on chapter 4. And it's this one. And the reason why I keep putting that one off is because it's one where you have to tweak like a shoulder button trick. And I almost always just instantly get my tricky meter full off the first jump of these tracks because it's designed to give you a big jump right off the beginning so that you can get boost and then boost in a race, right? Like every level is kind of designed that way. So I usually get tricky and then I'm like, I'm not going to try to, you know, hit a trick in the trick book if as soon as I try to tweak it, it's going to be a tricky move. So we're going to have to start getting intentional about that. It's this one. So 360 left and up in both directions. And then I think this one I'm going to do the flip and then the tricks. That seems to be working well. So we got to do a filet stale fish to L1, R1, L2. Now Moby had a really weird kind of glitch where one of the tricks, it was like the inverse of what it was listed as. And so I got to be on the lookout in case it does that to us again. L1, R1, and L2 square? No, that wasn't it. L1, R1, and L2 square. So I did it right. Maybe my flips weren't right? Let's try it again. Oh, there's no way we're going to hit that, though. Flip. We might have to flip. Oh, gosh, dang it. We got tricky already. All right, we're just going to reset. Anytime we get tricky, I think we're just going to have to try to reset. Also, if anybody tunes into the stream, please tell me how my volume is, because I can't really tell. So if the game volume's way too loud, I apologize. That's usually the case. Oh, we got it. We actually got it. I'm going to turn it down just a hair just in case, because it seems a little loud. All right. Maybe that will be good. This is going to be a backflip. Oh my goodness. Okay, 2 backflips. Flying squirrel to R1. This one I think we can hit with our tricky meter full. This one shouldn't trigger. Oops. Yeah, that's not going to trigger it. To R1. That's how we end it. Okay. Let's try this again. 1, 2, and then R1. That should be it. Done. Moving on, 900, 2.5 spins, L1, and R2 square. I wonder if this is the one where the inverse is actually what it's supposed to be. I don't know how many spins that was, but we went for it. I got a 1080 off of that. Good lord. That's why you max out your tricks right away before you hit show-off mode. There we go. Same thing, except we're adding in a R1 and L2 square. That's 1080, okay. I have a really hard time with my spins. I always overspin or underspin. Like, I can never visualize it for some reason. It just goes too fast. I screwed that up bad. So we might as well just hit some tricky. We can get a letter, and we're already at gold, because the first track is an absolute joke. Okay. 1, 2, there, and then this, I guess. Oh, baby, we hit it. All right. So now are we in? Yes, we're in chapter 5. Okay, cool. So we're going to turn to the right. 1260 and 720? That seems... I don't know how I'm going to hit this. How many spins is that? Hang on a second. Is that just 3 total? 1, 2, 3. See, when I spin without holding it, it's even harder to tell. But that was a 1260. Okay. And then we have to front flip twice with that and while holding a method. Yo, what's good, Tom Cruise? How's it going, buddy? 1, 2. Dang it. I was listening to a gaming podcast today, and I'm behind on my gaming podcast. Like, I'm like 4 episodes behind on my favorite one. So I've been kind of catching up, but I think the latest controversy in the gaming world is the GTA 6 trailer that got leaked. And then they didn't leak, but they released their official one. And people are like, first of all, the dumbest criticism I've heard so far is that the official trailer is only 90 seconds long. And the thing people have to realize about that is they weren't planning on releasing their trailer, but it got leaked. So they tried to get ahead of it then, and then they were going to be like, you know what? Let's just show the trailer so that there's no confusion. So I think they kind of released a version that was like half-baked that they weren't ready for yet. I think that's why it was 90 seconds. I don't remember all the other controversy, though. I have to think about it for a second. But I just remember that was kind of the biggest piece of gaming news lately. That's too many front flips, Moby. What are you doing? It's just 2, right? This is hard. Going okay. Getting the apartment decorated. Nice. I have to do that this weekend. Because, like, just like you, actually, we have our tree up, but we've been dragging our feet on decorating it and putting on lights and all that. And the rest of the apartment actually is decorated, though, I will say. 1620. What am I doing wrong? Hang on a second. $360 plus $360 is $720, which would mean it's 2 front flips. So is it just the right turn that I'm messing up? I mean, we'll keep moving forward. I'm not too sure what the issue with the trailer is. It doesn't look any different from any other GTA game. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the criticisms were. I don't remember. But anyways, you know what's crazy about that game, though? When that game came out, I was single. Which is just wild to me, because I've been married for 2015, right? Is that when that came out? Now I'm starting to double question myself here. But yeah, I've been married for 8 years, so people also need to remember that this game isn't coming out for over a year yet. Oh, you know what? So the 90 seconds of the trailer isn't what the controversy was. The controversy was it's apparently supposed to come out on PC before it comes out on console, and it could come out an entire year before, like, that gap of PC release to console release could be an entire year. And then on top of that, they are looking to bundle in the GTA 6 with the PS5 Pro. So if you're planning on getting a PS5 Pro, that's going to come out even later. So it's a whole disaster. I was still in high school, nuts. I know, it's just like a whole nother time of life. 1260 and 720 method. 1260. Oh, good lord. 1260, 720 method. Do not get enough air. Give me a second, give me a second. I really want to hit this trick, and I'm like thinking too hard about it. 1, 2. That should be it. Okay. 1, 2. No, you don't have enough. 2 front flips. Stop. Two front flips and 3.5 turns to the right while holding a method? Is that right? I can't, like, visualize it. 1, 2. I think that's too much. A triple Misty method. Hang on. 1, 2. You know what we should try? We should try doing the flips first and then hitting a method. That's what we did before, and it seemed to serve us well. I just don't know if I'm doing the amount of spins right. Like, I can't tell. Oh, and it's not going to give it to us here because we have a grind, so hang on. Just do some crazy, crazy tricks so we can actually get gold. Okay, so let's do the flips first, and then try to land a method. 1, 2, spin, 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 spin. Method. That was 1260. Why is that a bonsai? R2 is method, right? Let's just hit in a method real quick. Let's hit a method. Method air. Okay, so that's right. 1, 2, spin, method. There we go, baby. Breakdancer 1260 method. I don't even know if that was what it was called. It was. All right, so now we got, what is that? 2 spins and 1 front flip. Experimental. Oh, experimental is like my favorite move in the game. I don't know why. I think it's just aesthetically pleasing. Like the way that you do it. You just take that 1 foot out of the binding. Hang on a second. We gotta get it. We gotta get to an actual jump here. But yeah, Tom Cruise, is Christmas... Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Is Christmas your favorite holiday? Because it's mine. It used to be 4th of July. Actually, it first was Thanksgiving. Then it became 4th of July for years upon years upon years. And now I'm just like, you know what? I don't care if it's basic or whatever. I think Christmas is my favorite holiday. But yeah, is it yours? Sorry, I just got a notification that Mama Max uploaded, and I thought that was weird because he changed his channel name. Anyway. I can't keep up with him. I love what he does, but man, it is, it's a lot. Especially if you subscribe to his Patreon. He's doing more than people realize. And it's all good things, don't get me wrong. But he's like actually doing stuff. Okay. L1 R2 square is how we have to end this. I can't forget that. It's just one single front flip though. Like that. That was basically it. We just did the front flip incorrectly. So 1 sec. We have 1 more shot. I don't think that was enough spins. Yeah, we didn't get it. That's all right. We got gold, so let's finish and move on. You said it's either Christmas or Halloween. Halloween's great. I don't think I would like Halloween as much if I wasn't married to my wife, or I should say if my wife wasn't the person that she is. Because knowing me, it would just be October, and then, you know, October 31st would hit, and I'd fill a bowl of candy and maybe watch some Halloween-themed movies, and then that would be it. But my wife loves the fall and loves Halloween. So she decorates, and it kind of feels like a ramp up, and we actually like carve pumpkins and all this stuff, right? And I'm not a big like horror movie guy, and she hates horror movies. So she's just like, it's impressive to me the way that she can celebrate the fall season and Halloween season without actually doing any of the stereotypical like horror themed stuff. Like she's really good at like celebrating it being an autumn holiday, but then also like the charm of Halloween, right? We watch the Disney Channel original movies like Halloween Town and Under Wraps and Phantom of the Megaplex. I know technically isn't a Halloween Disney movie, but I think of it as one. So we watch things like that. And then like the Addams Family, that kind of stuff. So she just finds a really good balance. Anyways, you always do a bunch of stuff for Halloween. You love horror. See, and horror is cool. Like, I respect horror. I just don't enjoy it, if that makes sense. But the older I get, the more I'm like, oh, there's actually different types of horror that you can enjoy, right? Because I kind of like not psychological. Sorry. I don't know the right word for it, but like realistic horror. Like, I love The Strangers, the movie The Strangers, because that's based on a real thing that happened, but it's also like real people, right? Or if there's, let's just say, a stereotypical movie about a serial killer and they're human, I can do it. Like, I can probably do the Scream movies, maybe. I don't really know the lore. But it's like, it's the supernatural stuff I just can't do. Can't do it. I have to do like realistic horror, if that makes sense. Because that just feels like more of a suspense thriller to me rather than a horror, I guess. Anyways. And I love true crime because that's the millennial thing to like nowadays anyways, and I fit into that category. Okay. I don't know if I can hit this without thinking about it. 1, 2. It's the single front flip that's screwing me up here. Hang on a second. Single front flip, but then we have to keep turning and hit an experimental. So, should we try to do the flip again? Yeah, let's try to do the flip. Single front flip. 1, 2. Is that it? That was a 900. Good lord. And it's L1, R2? The single front flips really screw me up. 2 turns to the left. 2 turns to the left. Good lord. R1, L2? Yeah. No, L1, R2. L1, R2. L1, R2. L1, R2. L1, R2. L1, R2. It's funny, too, because with these show-off tracks, I always use them to finish my trick book. And then it just feels too easy to get the gold. But there's one track where all of a sudden, like, the difficulty curve for the show-off tracks, it increases significantly. I don't know how I just landed on that rail without looking, but that was sick. And I don't remember what track it is, but when we get there, I'll tell you. It's towards the end. It's like the third to last track. I do like show-off mode, though, because it takes way less time to complete than the freaking races. Because the races, you have to do 3 heats on each track. And show-off, you can complete it in 1. Which is so nice. Alright. Just using this opportunity to not gain boost. Qualify. Okay, now we can focus on this. 2 turns to the left, single front flip. While doing an experimental. Okay. L1, R2, square. Already screwed it up. L1, R2, square. Come on. Let's hit this. Let's hit this right here. Let's put an end to it. 1, 2. I swear to you that was it. Except we spun too much. Okay, we spun too much. It's good to know. That's why it was a 900. My least favorite part of the track. All ice. Hit this rail. Okay, not literally hit this rail. I meant grind on the rail, bro. Come on now. Up we go. What is this going to be? Like a 17 something? 1620. I can't do that math. I can't do rotation math. I know it's just adding like a 180 or 360 onto things, but it like really confuses me for some reason. I'm not good at math to start, so that's probably the biggest reason. We need to get out of this area of the track so we can actually hit a real trick. Come on. Thank you. It's a pain. Some of these tracks you can tell like were just completely designed for races, and then in show-off mode they're like, oh, let's just add a bunch of ramps and grinds and that'll work. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. That doesn't just automatically make it a good trick track. Okay, we should be able to hit it here. This game reminds me of Sonic Riders. Have you ever played SSX Tricky? Or SSX 3 or SSX? This one's by far the most popular in the series, but there's still 3 of them. 900 again? I thought I was being conservative on those spins. Hold up. We gotta hit this freaking trick. I lost Tricky, but that's okay. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I would like to get gold by the time we actually hit the finish line anyway, so this is fine. That wasn't it? Backside, Misty, 720 experimental to late rubber chicken salad. It's L1, R2. L1, R2. L1, R2. Stop doing R1, L2. L1, R2. Hang on a second. I'll look at chat in a moment. Tricky. Okay, we should be able to hit it on this half pipe at some point. Why? Why do I keep doing it? I keep hitting R1, L2 instead of L1, R2. L1, R2, L1, R2, L1, R2. L1, R2. Yeah, that feels weird. Hit it. As soon as I actually focus, I hit it. Good lord. Okay, now we're into the final chapter of the trick book, which is by far the easiest. These are just regular, straight-up Uber tricks. Thank God. Now, you said, nope. Sadly, the only snowboarding game I've ever played was Steep. I love that game. That game is underrated. I actually really like Steep as well. I can't say I, like, you know, played through the entire thing and beat it or whatever, but I did play it a little bit to get the vibe of it, and I remember really enjoying it. I like snowboarding games, but I like them from back then, and I think that's just because that's what was the cash grab, like the extreme sports era, if you will, during this time, like the early 2000s or whatever it was. But I played a lot of SSX Tricky, obviously. That's probably what I played the most of for snowboarding games. I played a lot of SSX, played a lot of SSX 3, but I didn't like SSX 3 as much as this one. Even though SSX 3 was like mechanically and technically better in every way. Better graphics, new features, new characters. You could do more, better level design, all that stuff. I don't know why, but SSX Tricky is my favorite. Beyond the SSX series, though, it probably started with 1080 snowboarding on the N64. I freaking love that game. And beyond that was like the arcadey, like Mario Kart version of snowboarding. Was actually Snowboard Kids. Snowboard Kids was... I played way too much of Snowboard Kids. Mainly because I had to redo races and go up against bosses way too much. But Snowboard Kids 1 and 2 was great. I actually recently bought... this was like months ago. But I bought Riders Republic because it looked so freaking good. And it is good, but something about it just isn't hooking me. Like, I can't play it for longer than like 30 minutes without losing interest. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I love the concept of it, and it plays well, but I just, for some reason, it's not hooking me. And that game's cool because you can change, you know, from BMX biking to like whatever it is, wingsuit gliding to... I think maybe paragliding is in there. I can't remember. I think skateboarding's in there. Snowboarding's definitely in there. Skiing's in there. There's so much you can just switch between. Okay, so we're actually in a really good spot with Moby now. All we have to do now is do our Uber tricks to finish the trick book, and then just get gold in every track, which is like the easiest thing in the world. So the rest of this stream is gonna be a absolute cakewalk. I don't have to think very hard. We do have to start this off, though, by getting tricky. That does have to happen first. And this isn't the greatest track to trick on, if I'm being honest. But we'll still get gold, no problem. It won't be a struggle. We're not on the struggle tracks yet. There's one track, I don't know what it is, but man, it just gives me trouble, even to this day, as a freaking, I hate to say this out loud, but as a 32-year-old, it still gives me trouble. It haunts me from my childhood for some reason. Do you have any games like that? Anybody watching? This obviously for Tom Cruise, who's I think still here. If not, it's fine. But this goes for anybody currently here is the point I'm getting at, or watching a rerun. Because I don't know what it is about YouTube, but they've been feeding my streams to people after the fact. And they've actually been getting views. Not like a ton, but way more views than I'm used to, that's for sure. So anybody watching the rerun, feel free to tell me in the comments. Are there any games from your childhood that you've played in modern day that give you trouble? Like specific moments, specific levels, specific bosses, mechanics, whatever it is. I have a few. But without thinking about it too hard, in this game, it's definitely a track that comes towards the end on show-off mode. I just, no matter what character I'm using or whatever, it's just always a struggle. You got a similar vibe from that game. Hang on a second. I hate this bridge. So I'll read your comment in a second. Didn't mean to go over there. Can we hit it tricky? Oh god, that was risky. We hit it though. Let's go, baby. And then we got what? This should be the last trick in our entire trick book. I don't think I normally go this way. This way is really unfamiliar to me. It probably doesn't have these rails in race mode, but still, it just looks unfamiliar. Can I just get out of it? I don't actually really like it. Cool rails, but like, I can't get on them very easily. Oh, can I hit this ×5 though? I missed it? Come on, fam. All right, we still have one more trick in our trick book to finish, and then I will read your comment, I promise. And of course, we lose tricky when we reset, which I kind of forgot about. Now we got tricky again. Only 2 more letters to get a full tricky meter. Unlimited boost for the rest of the run. Let's hit it right here. Thank you. We, of course, didn't get enough air. Come on, fam. I told you, this is not a great track to trick on. And I think we're about to hit the rails section, which sucks even more because I want a big jump. And I really want to read chat, but I also, like, I don't want to miss my opportunity to hit this last trick. Hang on. We'll fill our tricky meter with these rails again. I think. Hopefully this fills our tricky meter. It might not. Holy crap. There we go. Oh, we're not going to have a jump. There's not a jump big enough to finish our trick book. I'm still going to finish the run, though. Which sucks. Because I want to get those entries into our trick book. So even though we're going to finish at, like, silver. Maybe. Wow, we're finishing bronze. Okay. We'll redo it. We'll get gold, no problem. Okay. So Tom Cruise Can't Lose said, I got a similar vibe from that game. Like, I enjoy it. Oh, you're talking about Riders Republic. Okay. So you got a similar vibe from that game. You enjoy it. But it very much would be a come and go kind of game. The puzzle stages in Mario Sunshine that take FLUDD away can absolutely suck it. Dude, I haven't played Mario Sunshine in a long time, and I think I always meant to come back to it, and then Nintendo released that, like, the strangest marketing thing ever, where they released that limited time remaster of, what was it, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and what was the third one? Was it Mario Galaxy? I don't remember what it was. Strangest decisions ever by Nintendo. And I purposely avoided it because I was like, something just seems off about this. Like, I don't trust it. I don't care if it's limited. I don't want any part of it. I avoided it. And then I had a friend that got it. And it wasn't, you know, like a scam or anything, obviously. But they definitely didn't treat it with as much care as they should have, I feel like. But there was mods of the emulators of those same games where people kind of were like, this is what they should have done, and they're just flawless. So I think I'm going to go back to those mods of those emulations and play through at least Super Mario Sunshine. Alright, so this is where we were, right? So we have to get gold here, and we have one more trick to finish. Of course, we don't get a tricky there. Tom Cruise, you have to at least stay here until I finish my trick book. Because there's only one more trick. I just am looking for a jump where I can get enough air. This probably wouldn't have been in it. Maybe this one coming up? Oh, of course we missed the rail. That was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. That was the jump. Maybe could have hit it there. Let's keep going. Because if we hit it, I'm going for it. Let's go, baby. There it is. Wait. Oh, it's because I span. I did a 1260 with it. I forgot. I totally forgot these trick book entries have to be like exactly what it says and nothing else. Gosh dang it. Shouldn't have added a spin in there. Alright, hang on. I don't want to restart because we still have tricky. Hold your horses, everybody. We'll hit it. Promise. Maybe right here. No spinning. Oh God, that's not enough air. I did not try to actually enter the trick there, to be real. I was trying to just tweak it. One sec, I'll read that in a moment. I saw you said I'll be here till the stream ends, though, and that's awful thoughtful of you, but I'll read the rest in a moment. I have my door cracked so light from the hallway doesn't creep in here and ruin the blue light in here. But now every time I look, it's like a horror movie. I feel like I'm gonna see somebody peeking through the crack every time. And my wife is currently at a friend's house, but I don't know when she's coming back, so I'm still expecting to just see a face. I don't know, it's freaking me out. Okay, look at that. Chapter 6 complete. So our entire trick book is finally completed. Now all we need to do is hit gold on this track and every other track for this character, but it should be good. But you said, I'll be here till the stream ends. Dead by Daylight has been, screwing me tonight, and I don't really want to play anything else at the moment. So you'll watch this while decorating. Nice. I'm glad to be your background noise kind of stream for decorating, and I mean that sincerely. I love being that for people. Like, that's kind of an honor. So I haven't seen him stream in a while. I don't know if he has been or not. But the gamer, dude, I don't know what it is about his like whole vibe when he streams, but he is by far my favorite streamer to just put on in the background while I do things. I don't mean that as an insult. Like, that's a legitimate compliment because it takes a very special kind of streamer for that criteria to be met for me. Like, I'm very picky about my streams that I put on while I do things, if that makes sense. And not everybody can do it for me. But the gamers streams do it for me. I'm just trying to desperately get points now, and I don't... I might be able to pull it off. Can I get these points in time? No! If I would have hit that multiplier. Oh my god. Hang on. Hang on. Can I hit this? I really don't want to redo this whole... No! Wait! God, come on, dude. I didn't want to redo it. Obviously, just because I didn't want to redo the track, but also because we got our freaking trick entry. We'll redo the track. This is, man. It should not be taking me this long. We should be, like, almost done with this character by now. I can't believe I've had to redo this track 3 times now. He's so chill. It's fun to watch his stuff. Yeah, dude. And he's, like, he's really good at talking the whole time, which I really value that in a streamer, because everybody that has never streamed before always thinks, like, oh, all you do is play video games. It's so easy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, dude. You have to talk the entire time and fill the air. And not only do you have to talk the entire time and fill the air, you have to talk the entire time, fill the air with entertaining conversation, thought-provoking conversation that initiates those that are watching to actually want to type in the chat and converse with you and carry it on. Like, it's not an easy thing to do, to be good at it. And the gamer, I don't know. I feel like he can upload anything that he does when he's streaming, and it's, like, entertaining enough without having to, like, actually initiate conversation with those in chat. Like, he can just talk the whole time, and it's like, he doesn't even necessarily talk about anything in his real life, or that's, like, you know, aside from the game, like I'm doing right now. He can actually talk about the game he's playing and what's going on in the moment and still hold your attention. That's not easy to do. If you just narrate the game that you're playing, that's usually not good enough for people to be entertained. And for some reason, when he does it, it's good enough for me. Like, I love it. Anyways, there's my rant. All right. We actually hit these rails for once. We have to get gold. I'm not replaying this track again. If I finish this track and I don't get gold this time, then we'll probably just end the stream, because I'm not replaying it. We'll get gold, don't worry. So yes, Tom Cruise, I know you're decorating, so you're not, like, intently watching. But if you can hear me, I'm about to wipe out. If you can hear me, the thing about SSX Tricky is like every character has a bunch of outfits and boards that you can unlock, and then they also have a skill level that you can promote as you play with them, right? So the goal that I'm trying to do, as I put in the title, is get every character to master level, or master ranking rather. But in the process of doing that, I want to get all of their outfits, I want to get all of their boards unlocked. And the way to do all of those things that I just said is to not only get first in all of their races, get gold in all of their show-off tracks, which is what we're doing right now, but also finish their trick books. So that's what we were doing earlier when I was pausing, checking the trick, and then trying to land it. If you complete their trick book, you unlock their Uber board, which is an all-silver board that has like the best stats, basically, of all the boards. Or at least the best trick stats. And so, yeah, that's what we were doing earlier. Now, we're just trying to get gold on every track for show-off. So we're trying to get a certain amount of points by tricking a lot. And this track freaking sucks for tricking. But we just got it. So now we can just finish. Thank the Lord. I'll read that in a second. Let me finish this, because this is kind of a downhill plummet to the finish that I'll wipe out at if I look at that chat window. We're almost to the finish line here, though. Do a cool little trick. Kapow! First place. Gold. Sweet. All right, so you said, I think it helps that he's usually really passionate about what he's talking about. I don't know anything about baseball, but I could listen to him talk about it all day. That's true. And that's kind of why I've chose to, you know, go back to games like this. Like, when I very first started streaming, however many years ago that was, I had a friend that would, like, he'd tune in, and I realized he stopped tuning in after a while. And at the time, at the beginning, I was actually like, you know, I cared if I had viewers or not. Now I'm like, I would love to have viewers, but I'm not, like, affected by it if I don't, you know. Back then I was. And so I remember asking him, like, I'm gonna switch to full cam for a second. I remember asking him, like, bro, why don't you come by the streams anymore? Like, just curious, because I'm trying to get better, so I appreciate your feedback. And he was like, well, you always play, like, these indie games, you know? And he's like, I want to watch, like, AAA games. Like, at the time, Tomb Raider had just come out. Like, the revamp of Tomb Raider. Not that Shadow, whatever it was, the second one in the series, but the first Tomb Raider that they revamped. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I started playing Tomb Raider. He showed up for, like, 5 minutes to one stream and then never showed up again. And that's when I realized, like, oh, people can say what they want, and it actually is truthful what they want, but you can't depend on people's opinions for your stream. You have to play what you're actually passionate about, or do what you're passionate about, because I love just chatting streams like this. Nothing on the screen, it's just me, right? And just talking. I love doing that. Can't do it every time, but I love doing it. And so your stream's not going to be entertaining if you're not interested in what you're doing, right? Sorry for distracting you. You're not distracting me. You're providing something for me to actually go off of. I love that you're doing this. That sounds like quite the journey. It's been a while since I've tried something like that. Hang on. Oh my lord! You're talking about unlocking all the characters in this game? Because I beg to differ if that's the case. If that's what you're trying to imply. Because I remember, for what felt like very recently, but was probably a long time ago now, you frickin' platinuming the Insane Trilogy. What in the world possessed you to do that, dude? This is easy. Unlocking all the characters in this game, or I'm sorry, unlocking all of the characters' outfits and boards in this game and getting them to master rank, that is very easy in this game. This is back when we didn't have these platinum trophies or anything like that. I'm not doing like a Nuzlocke on Pokemon or anything. These are like built-in game requirements. You were platinuming a game that's impossible to platinum, so I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, here we go. This track also sucks to trick on. God. Alright, so what do we got to get? Bronze is... Ooh. 12,000? Or 125,000. Bronze is 125,000. We got a ways to go here. Once you get your tricky meter, though, and you can actually start landing some Uber tricks, it does, it goes pretty quick. Like, these rails are nice in show-off mode, don't get me wrong, but they kind of deceive you because you pick up so much speed that you skip most of the track and you lose a lot of opportunity to go off these jumps and hit these multipliers, which I'm not going to land this, of course. That's true, I guess. Yeah, dude. I don't know how you ever did that. Or, like, didn't you do one of the Halos, like, going all the way through on Legendary? I saw one of those streams. I can't remember what it was, but you were... No! No. The one I was looking at was a Resident Evil game. I can't remember what you were doing, but you were doing some kind of Resident Evil achievement hunting. And I don't even remember what Resident Evil it was. Thought it was 7. Probably wasn't. The last one I did was completing every mission in the side quest of Far Cry 6. I have yet to even play Far Cry 6. I heard mixed reviews when it came out, and I stayed away from it. So I kind of honestly forgot it existed. Far Cry is my comfort series. I loved... When Far Cry 3 came out, I was obsessed with it. But I understand that's a little divisive in the Far Cry community because, like... You know, it's like, if you're a true Far Cry fan, Far Cry 1 and Far Cry 2 are the only Far Crys that exist. And it's like, okay. I got into Far Cry at Far Cry 3, which was, you know, their big, like, departure from their traditional mechanics in the series or whatever. Or storyline, I guess. But Voss was such a good villain. And I was obsessed with that game. Then Far Cry 4 came out, and I was like, this is pretty good. I don't remember anything about Far Cry 5. I'm, like, actually trying to remember it off the top of my head right now, and I can't. And Far Cry 6 came out, and I heard mixed reviews. Far Cry 5. What was Far Cry 5? What was the premise there? I don't remember anything about Far Cry 5. I'm, like, completely drawing a blank right now. What the heck was that game? Because Far Cry 6 was the one in America, right? Hang on, I'll read that in a second. I want to hit some tricky tricks, or uber tricks, rather, while we still have this meter. And every time I look at chat, I wipe out, so hang on. I want to hit these so we don't have to redo this stupid track. Because this is not a good trick track. Hey, there we go. We got the gold medal. Now I don't care how much I wipe out. Although I do want to hit this pipe. Which I'm not going to hit it. That's okay. I'll read chat, though. As long as I can land this. There we go. The games aren't good, but they're fun enough. And there's something to do. 5 was the game with the Midwestern American cult. So what's 6? What am I thinking? Was 6 with... Which one was with Gus Fring? I know it wasn't actually Gus Fring, but the same actor. And he basically played the same character. Because I was confusing 5's plot with Game 6. Now I don't even know what Game 6 is. I guess I do know 5. 6 is the one I guess I don't know. Because I remember Blood Dragon, which was after 3, and that was more of like a DLC short add-on kind of thing. And then wasn't there one with like twin sisters or something? I don't remember all the names now. But I played Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. Honestly, I guess that's really my only Far Cry experience. And then I watched a lot of Far Cry 2 on YouTube. Like, people play through Far Cry 2. Watched a ton of that. Far Cry 1 I tried to watch, and it was boring. So I stopped watching it. But yeah, I guess 2, 3, and 4 are really my only, like, true exposures into the Far Cry series. But I love Far Cry. It's cool. I guess I just can't qualify myself as a diehard fan, if that makes sense. 6 was the game with a Cuban dictator. Okay. I guess I just don't know anything about 6. Alright, so we are on Tokyo Megaplex. Of course we are. We got 3 more tracks to get gold on. But the good news is, once again, his trick book is complete. So we should be fine. Tokyo Megaplex is hard because you basically can't trick on any part of the entire course, in my opinion. Other than the main vent jump. But you can kind of make up a lot of ground on the main vent jump. Because if you have tricky, you can do multiple tricky or uber tricks in this little chute here. Which we're not going to be able to this time. Look how much air you get. Like, you can pull off 2 at least every single time. So, it's kind of like a glass cannon situation. You want to trick hard when you can, but you basically can't ever trick. So it's very, very, very take the opportunity while you can kind of situation. That was a ×5 that we missed. That hurts. Oh yeah, I forgot about these little vents. We can hit these. And as always, my shove input is stuck right now, my right analog stick. Even though it doesn't feel like it's drifting or anything. My characters in this game are just always shoving, like, thin air. There's nobody there. Why are you shoving? And no matter how many times I've taken this controller apart and cleaned it or whatever, it just seems like it's always got a drift issue. But it never, like, really shows itself. Like, I've played shooters with this controller where obviously you aim with the right analog stick. No issue. It doesn't have random aiming drag or drift or anything. But in this game, SSX Tricky, man, I'm just shoving thin air all the time. So it's clearly there. It's inputting something. It's kind of annoying. Can we hit this? Please, 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 please. Hit this vent air. Thank you. All right, we're going to hit 2 tricky tricks. There's 1. There's 2. They're uber tricks, but I always call them tricky tricks for some reason. All right, let's take this rail. Not a ton of points, but a good amount. Plus, there's multipliers. There we go. We're at silver. So we should hit gold no problem by the end of this race now, which is great. Okay, we fell off. Please land. Sweet. It gave us the points. I'll take it. And of course, we hit a sign. That's all right. We can hit a 1080 here. 900. Good enough. Oh, we hit it ×5, and can we get 2 uber tricks in 1 jump? Yes, sir, we can. And that gives us the gold. ×5 with 2 uber tricks, that's like OP. Now we just need to finish the track. Tokyo Megaplex can be annoying on show off, but if you know how to work it, it's not too bad. The annoying tracks are coming up though. I think literally the next track is where I start to struggle, so we'll see. But I am gonna finish Moby by the end of this stream. I'm determined. This character will be completed by the end of the stream. We don't have that much longer. Like, if I complete each track in 1 run, we're gonna be done relatively, reasonably short. Whatever the word for that is. But if I have to redo tracks like I've had to in the past, almost every single time, that stream might be a little longer. So we'll see. I hate Moby. Like, he's not a really good character design for me. I don't really like him. Because he's not really... There's nothing to him other than, I'm Australian, mate. Like, and what else? He's kind of that kind of stereotype. So I'm getting him out of the way is my point. I'm saving Marisol for last. She's probably my favorite. Because she's a hot girl, and I was a sucker for that when I was a kid. So I'm saving her for last. Nostalgia purposes. Kaori? I'll probably do Kaori second to last. I really like all of her... Like, her outfits are cool, her boards are cool. And then her trick styles are really cool. So I'm saving her for probably second to last. And I don't remember who's left. There's still some characters I'm not thrilled about, like Brody. I don't love Brody, but he's got nostalgia for me because my sister really liked that character. So I saw him a lot. And I don't remember who else I have to finish. Alright, so we're at Sensei level, so we're very close to Master. Hopefully Moby's Master outfit is cool. I think it is because it's like an all-black tech wear outfit. So then his Master's got like a pink shader on it of that tech wear outfit. I wonder if we unlock that tech wear outfit. Let's check. Outfit. Yes, sir. Jones Tones. I guess that's not really a tech wear outfit. In my head it was. That's definitely not a tech wear outfit. That's just kind of black. Okay, that's not great. He's got a lame Master outfit. You know what? Let's check our boards. Excuse me. Okay, we did unlock a board. Sloppy Bite. Man, he's got such a muddy, like, second to last outfit and board combo. All black with like a blackish brown board. It's just doesn't look great. Okay, here we are. Starting at Aloha Ice Jam, which is the track that we are now going to. This is where I start to struggle. For some reason, it is so hard for me to hit gold on this in show-off mode. Racing is really easy, but tricking on this, it's just like every time I feel like I'm doing so many tricks, and then I get to the finish line and I'm like, oh wait, I need thousands of more points. And I wipe out a lot. So we gotta hit multipliers, and we gotta do a lot of uber tricks, I guess is the point here. Like, can we just hit a random one here? Nope. We would have wiped out. Wiped out there. Okay. Can we hit that ×5 off the right? Nope. Might have to restart. I'm telling you. I'm already struggling hard. This is just one of those tracks for me. Like, everything I try, I fail miserably at. We're taking a shortcut here. And the thing is, in show-off mode, normally they pack the shortcuts filled with like rails and extra jumps and stuff like that, but a lot of the shortcuts in here aren't any different than they are in the race. Like, it doesn't actually help you any. And we missed multiplier. So if we don't hit silver by the middle of the track, that is a bummer. I wouldn't say it's concerning, but it's not great. We can't even get on the rail. I'm restarting. Good Lord. You should at least be at bronze when you hit that middle part of the track. I don't know if it's actually technically the middle, but that's what I call it. You should at least be at bronze. If you're not, you might as well restart. So, I don't know how many times we're going to have to restart here. We wiped out. No, Moby. Nobody saw that. You're good. Woo! Alright, this is going a little bit better. We're going to wipe out into out of bounds. So we're not going to get any of these points. This is wild because usually when you go out of bounds, you hit like a snowbank, or even if you hit thin air, it eventually kind of clips you. There we go. Holy crap, and it jumped us so far forward into the track. I've never seen that. That's wild. I need to watch some like out of bounds or whatever that series is called. What's that called? Boundary Break. I need to watch some Boundary Break on SSX Tricky if there is an episode, because I don't know what just happened. We're definitely gonna have to restart here because we just lost like half the track. I've never seen that happen. That was wild. Like, I know that seems like a very normal game bug. I've never done that in this game. Ever. That's wild. I hit like the perfect spot. Come on. Well, I at least warned you guys that I struggle on this. What is that? Can't say I didn't warn you. Alright, we're getting it here. I don't care. We're not going to spend all night on this. We're getting gold here. This is the gold run. This is the Aloha Ice gold run from Moby. Hands down. Nothing fancy, but we're going to take advantage when we can. You've never been able to do that in any game? Really? I have it happen randomly in a lot of games, I feel like, but I've just never had it happen in this game. I do it on accident in a lot of old games like this. I find those little moments where you're just like suspended in midair. Jeez, that's what I was trying to think of. Couldn't think of the word suspended. Hit a rail. Thank you. Can you hit this ×5, please, Moby? Oh, it slowed down. Okay, that works. That works. We were able to turn our board enough to land on the wall, giving us bronze. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. telling you, the multipliers are going to be our lifesavers here. And this is probably not going to let us land. Okay, we landed. I don't think we got the points, though. Good Lord. This is one of those where I actually wonder if doing a character's show-off mode before their... oh my gosh. Doing a character's show-off mode before their races is beneficial because your stats aren't maxed out yet. And sometimes on these show-off tracks, it's like you wipe out all the time because you're too fast. The downside is your tricks stat wouldn't be that high. So you couldn't do as many spins and stuff. I don't know. I've done it the same way forever, so I'm just going to keep doing it that way. I'm not going to change it now. So we are at silver now. I don't know if you noticed, but that's exactly what I wanted by this point of the track. So we should hit gold here. I told you all we were going to hit gold. So we can actually move on from this wretched track. Actually, the worst track in my book is Alaska. 100% Alaska is terrible to trick on. I can't stand it. Okay, we really need to actually make sure we finish gold here, though. Because it's kind of looking like we're not going to. Come on, dude. We didn't hit the multiplier? Dude, if I don't get this, I'm gonna be pissed. Please land. We don't have it? We don't have it still? Thank the Lord. Okay, we're at gold. We're at gold. We're at gold. Now we can actually finish. I was about to be pissed. Yikes, that was messy. That was a messy gold run. That was an extremely messy gold run. Also, so my emulator, it's in a weird update limbo. I keep ignoring updates because it says it's going to ruin my save states. And when I save to the memory card, it like never works. So I've been relying on save states lately, which is not stable. But if I can finish this game and my goal on save states, then I can just move on. Then I don't really care if it all gets deleted, to be real with you. So I'm trying not to update my emulator. That's where I was going with that story. Okay, this is Alaska. Hate Alaska as well. Not sure which one I hate more. Aloha Ice Jam or Alaska. But they're both terrible. Nice. Come on, baby. Hit this rail for me. Thank you. Turn your board immediately. Thank you. Goodness. Save states work just as well until they don't. I agree with you. It's just I've had bad experiences with save states being corrupted in the past. Yeah, I don't know why. Saving to the like memory card in my emulator has been flawless up until this point, and I like it because it's kind of nostalgic. Because it's like I only save actually using the game and not just clicking save state at any point in time. But it just like stopped. It like randomly stopped working. Like I tried it 3 times in a row, and each time I logged in, it lost all my progress. And I'm like, okay, at this point, I've lost 5 hours of progress. It's not worth it anymore. So I don't know what happened. Because I was doing like 2-hour play sessions each time, and it happened like 3 times in a row. So at one point I realized I had lost over 5 hours of play time. And then I'm like, okay, this is legitimately not worth it. So yeah, I'm doing save states now. Oh, thank the Lord. Let's go, baby. Also, you mentioned me playing Halo on Legendary earlier. I've never beaten a single level of any of those games on Legendary. Never gonna happen. It's just too hard. I thought you did. Maybe it's when we were talking about the Halo, what, remastered collection or whatever? Master Chief collection? I thought that's around the time that you told me that. Maybe it was somebody else. Why, you're not good enough for Legendary? I feel like you would be. You seem like one of those guys. It's not Call of Duty. It's Halo. And you like Halo. Oh, come on. I needed that rail. Son of a gun. I should actually pay attention because we already have bronze, so we actually have a chance at getting gold on this track. And I really don't want to redo it, but we probably will have to. This is another track I have to redo all the time. So I should be paying attention. Okay, bronze. Like, this is not like a platinum trophy. This is not nearly as... platinum trophies are way harder than what I'm doing right now. But I still screw it up every time I try it. So I should focus. Seriously? What did I hit? Again, what did I hit? Don't lose your tricky meter, please. Land it. Of course. Thank you. Thank you for not landing it. Thanks, Moby. There's a half pipe coming up. The problem is we might run out of time. All right, let's book it down this hill so we can get to the half pipe. And then let's just rack up as many points as possible. If I can get to silver on this before moving on, that would be ideal. We'll get tricky here. Let's land a tricky move with some spins. An easy one. Cool. Let's land a tricky move here with some spins. Oh god, this is the hardest one to land. Thank you. Let's land another tricky move here. We're making up time. Alright, we landed a bunch. We're almost at silver, but we're going to miss our checkpoint. So we're going to move on. Hit this multiplier, hit another tricky move here. Just like that. That should take us to silver. Now we have to book it to our checkpoint, which is right here, luckily. Oh my god. Okay. At least we have unlimited tricky now. So we can kind of book it, but we still need to make sure we hit gold by the end of this, or else it's all considered a waste of time. We're gonna miss these multipliers, that's okay. Because we're gonna try to hit these multipliers. Please hit at least one of them. All right, I'll take it. ×3. Hit ×2. Thank you. All right, this jump we have to hit immediately, like right here. Or else we hit the top of the cave. Good. Great execution. Well done, Moby. This is going swimmingly. Exactly what I wanted. This is kind of the crappy part of the course, but the good news is we're not going to run out of tricky meter now that it's completely filled up. And we can still trick a little bit. A teeny bit. All right, I'll read that in a second. You did heroic, and that was challenging enough. You love Halo, but beating Halo on Legendary is ridiculously difficult, even for Halo veterans. It takes a lot of time and dedication. I believe you. I guess I don't have a concept for it. Because that's just not my thing. Well, I bet you if you tried hard enough, you'd be able to do it. I believe in you. But I don't blame you for not wanting to do it. Or taking that much effort into it. Like, I get it. Trust me. The only thing I can kind of compare that to is fighting games, I guess, which I'm not even great at. But it's like trying to get to the Akuma fight in Street Fighter 2. It's just the amount of requirements and how good you have to be is just not worth it to do.
Well done. You've advanced.
People are like, you could do it. I'm like, I think I could do it. You're right. But it would take a lot of unnecessary effort and training. Legitimate training that I'm not interested in. All right. We got to master rank with Moby. Here we go. Let's see it. I don't think I've watched a single one of Moby's promotional videos until now. I just realized that. I've ranked him all the way up. Never once have I watched his promotional video. I've just skipped it. But here we go. He's master, so check it out. So now, we have his master outfit, which looks like this. And we have his Uber board, which looks like this. So let's actually back out. There he is. Mastered out. All max stats. Rider ranking master. Master outfit with the Uber board. So Mac is mastered out. Simon's mastered out. Eddie's mastered out. Elise is mastered out. Sia's mastered out. Luther's mastered out. JP's mastered out. So we still need to do... gosh. We still need to do Zoe. Kaori. Brody. And Marisol. That's it. Sweet, we only have 4 more. 4 more characters left. I'm actually gonna do this. What time is it? It's almost 11. I should stop because I still want to wind down and everything. I was gonna be like, oh, let's start another character and finish their races at least. No, that's gonna be another hour. It's the Silver Surfer, right? I'm trying to think of who has my favorite master outfit that we have unlocked right now. I still like Max a lot. Max master outfit is pretty sick. I'll show you. This one. I complained about this last stream or maybe 2 streams ago, but I wish when you completed a character, it would just save the last use settings you had with them. Because now when I rotate through these characters, like if I get all the way to Moby, he'll be using his master. See, he's in his master outfit. And then Mac also. But the thing is, like, every time I restart the game, Simon, this is his starting outfit. Eddie, that's his starting outfit. Elise, that's her starting outfit. Like, it doesn't save it for everybody. I have to, like, go to it. Select it. Eddie actually has some pretty cool outfits. Like, all of them are cool. And then back out. And now, he's defaulted in it. I just wish it would do that every time I started the game. But anyway. Alright. I have more energy in me. But I think it's a smart move to end the stream here. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's do a save state. Perfect. And exit end save state just to be safe. Why not? Perfect. We got a lot of games to play, folks. A lot of games. And this is just PS2 catalog. This is not even including any other console other than PS2. We've already gone through Def Jam Vendetta. Or, I'm sorry, we've already gone through Def Jam Fight for New York. So I probably won't do that one again, even though it's great. But there's a lot of bangers on here. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to switch to full cam for this outro. Oh, that's full cat cam. There's no cat there right now. Yeah, that's my PS2 catalog. I have a lot more games than that, but that's just PS2. I spent 4 weeks, probably 3 hours at a time, going through, I shouldn't say this out loud, finding games that I remember and liking and adding them to my emulator because emulators aren't illegal. So I have quite the catalog now. Like, I think it's just under a terabyte, maybe, but it's pretty close to maxing out a terabyte of games, of old games. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I don't know the next time I will stream. It's Tuesday right now. Thursday is usually when I play Baldur's Gate with friends. Maybe Saturday, but probably more realistically next Tuesday. So I thank you guys for joining me. YouTube's been pushing my freaking videos after I stream for some reason, which I appreciate. It's just random. So if you're watching this when I'm not actually live, but you're rerunning it, let me know what you actually like about these, because you can't interact with me. So there's got to be something. Maybe you just like the nostalgia of SSX Tricky. But if you just like the background noise, that's cool too. Let me know, but I'd like to do more of what you guys want to see to a certain extent. I did a stream where I just played SSX Tricky and I didn't turn my camera on or my microphone, and it was kind of one of those like gaming let's plays with no commentary, but it was live and I wanted to see if that got any traction. It got some views, but not much. So I'm trying to kind of dial in why people are watching these, because if it's something I agree with and I'm passionate about, then I'll do it. But if it's something that is random that I'm not passionate about, I don't know. I don't want any part of it. But anyways, I'm going to get off. I'm tired. I'm like slurring my words, mumbling, rambling, because I'm exhausted from this last weekend. And I'll let you guys go. Have a great